Everybody can hear me okay? Good morning and welcome to what I believe is the first of a series of Westelcom user group forums. We're hoping to have this type of event on a regular basis. Right now we're looking at semi-annually. The intent of the forum is to help you, our customers and potential customers, get kind of a grasp on where telecommunications is going and try to help you along with getting the best value out of what we feel is a rapidly changing environment. And we've seen a lot of things go on in the last 15, 16 years, and it's going to take an even faster turn, I think, in the near future. To begin with, I want to thank you for taking the time to come today. We actually had 50 people booked. I think a lot of folks may have gotten held up by the weather. So there's plenty of food there. Please help yourself. I'd also like to thank our friends and partners from Alcatel-Lucent, Ahmet and Mike, for taking the time to come through the lake effect yesterday. I think their knuckles are still white. But thank you for coming today. I want to recognize a few people. First of all, my boss, Jim Forcier, who's in the back. He's got a mouthful right now. Jim is the CEO of Westelcom and Shazy Westport Telephone. And I'd also like to thank Krista Boulay and Jen for helping out with putting together today's event. And I'd also like to introduce a few people. I'll call this the geek table. These are geeks. Kind of geeky. First of all, Shannon Rico. Shannon's a network engineer with Westelcom. Seth Crimmins. Seth manages our network ops. Steel Botter is with Northern New York Computers, and he cohabitates with us in the Harrow building. We work together on a lot of different issues. And then Amit Patel. Amit's from Alcatel-Lucent. And then Deb Fleming. Deb's out of our Plattsburgh office. She does a lot of our IT work, both east and west, for the company. So they're here today to help answer questions that you may have. We try to design the presentations today from a layperson's view, not too deep technically, not too high technically. And so if you want to dig a little deeper, please feel free to ask questions and we'll dig deeper. Shannon, if you could flash up the agenda, I just want to briefly touch on that. Be careful what you open there. But today's agenda is we want to start out and go over the future of telecommunications. Ahmed's going to present that. I saw it at the beginning of December. We did a similar thing out in Plattsburgh. First week of December. Is a great presentation. It gives you a feel for where things are truly headed. Tom Tremblay is going to touch on Metro Ethernet, what it is. I think, as a lot of you know, we've spent a lot of time and resources in the last few years building out fiber networks throughout Watertown and Plattsburgh, and Tom's going to touch on that. And he's also going to give a presentation on what to consider when you're replacing your phone system. I'm going to try to give a presentation on the pros and cons of hosted services. We'll take a short break, eat some more food. I'm sure there'll be plenty. And then Ron Cortuli is going to talk about unified communications, followed by a presentation from Deb on how to make your network more secure. And then Seth is going to talk about how to make your network more reliable. And then Steve is going to wrap it up with how to generate more value out of your network. So again, today's presentations really talk about where telecom is headed in the near future, but I had a short video clip on where we think it's headed in a little more distant future. And Shannon, if you could roll that. We'll have to kind of play with the sound here. So everybody can see it. You might have to make it larger if you can.
kumumpa. Rocky.